This is basically the playbook for building what's shaping up to be a brand new digital workforce. For the past couple of years, we've gotten really used to AI that can chat with us, write things, create images. That's been the whole generative era. But the next big leap? It's already here. We're shifting from an AI that just responds to what you ask to an AI that actually goes out and acts in the world to get something done.
And this new era has a name: the age of Agentic AI. And look, this isn't just some small incremental step. It's a whole new category, and it's changing the very definition of what automation can even do.
So, what exactly is an AI agent? Well, think of it like this. It's a piece of software you give a goal to, not just a single command. It then starts this loop. It observes its environment, decides what to do next, takes an action using whatever tools it has, and then learns from the result. And it just keeps repeating that loop all by itself until the job is done. That's the key difference from a simple chatbot. It's goal-driven and it's autonomous.
To really get why this is such a huge deal, it helps to see the big picture. First we had predictive AI, which was all about analyzing data to guess what might happen. Then came the second wave, generative AI, which used data to create brand new content. And now, agentic AI is this third wave. It doesn't just predict or create, it acts. It goes out and accomplishes complex, multi-step jobs completely on its own.
Okay, so as we start building out this new digital workforce, things get really interesting. We're immediately faced with a big strategic choice, because there are two very different types of agents starting to emerge.
And I think this analogy just nails it. You've got two paths. On one side, you have general agents. Think of this as the smart consultant you hire. You throw a new, complex problem at it, and its job is to figure out a solution from scratch. On the other side, you have custom agents. These are much more like a factory assembly line. They're built to do one specific, repetitive task, but to do it perfectly, reliably, every single time.
So how do you know which one to use? Well, this decision matrix makes it super clear. If you're tackling a novel, problem-solving kind of task and you've got a developer in the loop who can handle some errors, a general agent is perfect. But if you're dealing with a standardized, high-volume task that's going to face customers and absolutely has to be reliable, you need to build a custom agent. One is ready to go instantly, the other takes weeks to properly design and build.
So it seems like you've got a fork in the road, right? You got to pick a side, the flexible consultant or the reliable machine. But what if that's the totally wrong way to think about it? This brings us to probably the most powerful idea in this entire playbook, the Agent Factory.
Here's the critical insight. These two paths, they're not separate at all. They actually converge. You don't have to choose between a general agent and a custom agent. The ultimate strategy is to use the general agent to automatically build the custom agent.
And here's the magic behind how it works. You take a general agent that's really good at coding. You give it a high-level goal as an input, and because it thinks in code, it can literally manufacture the highly specific, production-ready custom agents you need. Code becomes this universal interface that connects high-level thinking to rock-solid execution.
The workflow itself is just beautiful and simple. First, you define your goal in a clear specification. We'll call it a spec. Second, the builder, your general agent, reads and fully understands that spec. Third, it goes into manufacturing mode and writes all the code for your custom agent. And finally, you get the result, a production-ready digital worker created in minutes instead of weeks. It's automated automation.
And because code is that universal language, this factory model isn't just for one thing. A single general agent can be pointed at any problem. It can build custom solutions for your CRM, for finance, for HR, for document processing, you name it. You're not just building one tool, you're building a factory that can produce any tool you can imagine. Okay, so we've got the high-level strategy down. But how do we actually make sure these agents we're building are reliable and do what we want? That brings us to the practical, hands-on part of building, using skills and specs. So what's an agent skill? Okay, think about the movie The Matrix, right? When Trinity needs to fly a helicopter she's never even seen before, the operator says, "I need a pilot program for a B-212." And boom, that knowledge is instantly downloaded into her brain. That's exactly what a skill is. It's a neat little package of know-how, a folder with instructions and tools that you can load into an agent to give it a brand new capability, just like that.
Now, let's be honest. The biggest problem with these super powerful AIs is that they can be unreliable. If you just give an agent a vague idea, what some people call vibe coding, you're going to get unpredictable results, and you'll waste a ton of time going back and forth. This is the core problem we have to solve.
And a solution is a disciplined engineering process called spec-driven development. Instead of just kind of chatting with the AI, you follow a very structured workflow. You start by defining the core principles. Then you specify the exact requirements. You let the agent create a plan, break that plan down into tasks, and only then does it actually start writing the code. This process turns a fuzzy idea into a precise executable blueprint for the AI to follow.
So, we have the strategy with the Agent Factory, and we have the discipline with skills and specs. Now let's tie it all together and talk about how this actually works as a business model. And that's the digital FTE playbook.
A digital FTE, or full-time equivalent, is a pretty radical shift in how we think about this stuff. The idea is you're no longer selling software as a service. You are building and selling automated labor. You actually price and position your AI agent just as if it were a digital employee that a company hires to do a specific job.
This way of thinking opens up some really powerful ways to make money. You can sell it as a digital FTE on a monthly subscription. You could charge a success fee that's based on the results it gets. For really sensitive industries, you could license the underlying skills and intellectual property, or you could even build a whole skill marketplace to distribute these capabilities at a massive scale.
And this slide just perfectly illustrates why this is so incredibly disruptive. A human employee works, 40 hours a week? A digital FTE works 24/7. Human task speed is variable. The agent is consistent and lightning fast. Scaling a human team is slow. You can deploy another 1,000 agents instantly. And the cost? A simple subscription fee versus a full salary plus benefits. The value proposition is just undeniable.
So let's just wrap it all up with this final thought. For decades, the most valuable technical skill was being able to write code. But as these agents get better and better at writing the code themselves, the game is fundamentally changing. The new critical skill isn't just coding anymore. It's the ability to think strategically, to design systems of agents, and to architect an entire digital workforce. And that is both the challenge and the massive opportunity that's right in front of us.